What's up YouTube, it's HarderWise and today showing you guys a deck profile on Yami Mitsurugi post Dream Dimensions format. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's get into the deck profile. So I'm gonna start off with the main deck, of course. I'm running for the Mitsurugi engine for the monsters. I'm running 3 copies of Ame no Habukiri no Mitsurugi. This one basically reveal itself once per duel, and it just E-tele from deck. A Mitsurugi monster then tribute a monster you control, and if it's tributed, you can add a Mitsurugi card and reborn itself if it's properly ritual summoned. And it's your 1 card combo starter in this deck. Next you got 1 copy of Ame no Miracle no Mitsurugi. This one basically when it's special and Raigeki is your opponent, and when a monster or card effect is activated by your opponent, it's like a pseudo negate, where you can negate the effect if your opponent doesn't discard a card. When they discard a card, it resolves. And then when it's distributed, you can search and then reborn itself if it was properly ritual summoned. Next we got Futsu no Mitama no Mitsurugi. This one's a new addition to this variant. I used to not run this card. However, this one is pretty annoying to deal with, because once per chain it can reborn a reptile monster from your graveyard if your opponent space summons a monster. So it's pretty annoying for your opponent, and when it's distributed you can do the same thing where you just search and then reborn itself if it's properly ritual summoned. That's it for Mitsurugi rituals. Now let's go get into the Mitsurugi monsters, the effect monsters. So I got Mitsurugi no Mikoto Aramasa. This one basically is a Rhoda for Mitsurugi monster when it's normal space summon or distributed, and if a reptile monster you control will be destroyed without a card effect, you can tribute itself instead. Next I got Mitsurugi no Mikoto Saji. This one's pretty much the same as Aramasa, however this one searches the Mitsurugi Spell Trap instead. And lastly we got Mitsurugi no Mikoto Kisanagi. This one basically is your recyclability card from Graveyard and Banished. That's it for the Mitsurugi monsters. Now let's get into Yami monsters. I'm running 3 copies of Mashima Yami. Basically just extend that from hand if you control no monsters or monsters at level 2 beasts. So all our light beast monsters. And then when it's normal spell summon, you can recycle back your Mitsurugi spell, or if it's spell summoned you can place from banished or deck a field spell of Yami. And you can recycle, and you can add back your Yami card, spell trap. So you recycle your surprise of it. Next we got 3 copies of Cups Yami. This one basically extends that if you control link 1 monster level 2 Shinker monster and there's no space summon, you just add a Yami card from deck to hand. Next we got 3 copies of Cookie Yami. This one same condition for extension, however this one lower by 1000. But if it's space summon from a Shinker monster, you can destroy it instead. And lastly, 3 Lollipop Yami. This one same space summon condition, but this one you can foolish return, so you can shuffle back from graveyard. Or if it's normal space summoned, but if it's reborn of a Shinker monster, you can banish instead, so it becomes like a decro. That's it for the Yami monsters. Now let's get into the hand traps. I'm running 3 copies of Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler because it's generic, it hits Draco Tail Alfarion. 50-50 against mirror match I guess, unless they have extension. You can still do stuff. Pairs well with Nibiru as well. So overall generic card. Yes, you got 3 drawn Lockbird. is basically for the mirror match in all Mitsurugi variants. Vanquish K9 as well, Mitsurugi. Pretty much any deck that searches too much, you put this in. So DDD for example, it can be good against this one because that deck also searches a lot. There's your free Ash Blossom, of course. Yeah, the more charmy is overall generic. Can hit like annoying stuff like the Songs of Dominators, Book of Eclipse. And so you got Free Ghost Spell and Haunted Mansion. This one's for mirror match when they use the tag out effect of the synchros. Also good against the Draco Tail traps. This is why Ashen Bill is very good to be paired this format. Can protect your Mitsurugis from like banished cards like Beastios and DD Crow when you try to reborn from graveyard. Also against branded because you got the recent support, so you can banish the Retribution and recycle back. And Ash can hit the branded vision as well. Next we got 3 more Chummy Full Loss. This one's just generically everyone runs it now. In worst case, you can make it a star by normal summon and make an Iron Watch and split summon your Yami monsters from hand. So this one's just good against the mirror match, against Yami. It's not great against Draco Tail, maybe just get a +1 at the least from their full board. There's pretty much any extra deck or main deck spam deck you put these in. It's like heavy combo decks. Lastly, for the main deck monsters, I got 3 copies of Nibiru the Primal Being. This one's just to draw into if the more charmy pairs well with the other hand traps. And the cool part is it triggers your Mitsurugi rituals because it tributes. So yeah, it's pretty good again in this deck. That's it for the main deck monsters. Now let's get to the main deck spells. I'm running 3 copies of Mitsurugi Prayers. This one basically you can tribute a reptile monster to use both effects, which is add a Mitsurugi monster from deck to hand and take 800 damage and special summon 1 Mitsurugi monster from your hand or graveyard, but it cannot attack directly. And it's a quick play which is nice, so you can play around draw a bit. I want the OTS Super, but it still hasn't arrived in Australia yet, unfortunately. Next we got 3 copies of pre-preparation right. This one basically search any of your Mitsurugi monsters and you search the ritual spell that mentions it, so you're gonna search the mirror. So this is just more copies to get into your Mitsurugi engine, get into Habakiri. And even if the ghost spell this, you can activate another one because this you can only activate 1 per turn. Next we got Mitsurugi ritual. This one basically a ritual from hand and deck. Once each per turn. So if it's on hand, you use materials from deck and hand, while it's from deck you use materials from hand and field. And it's now 1 thanks to us having Habakiri now. Yes, we got Mitsurugi Mirror. This one basically ritual summon from hand and graveyard a Mitsurugi monster. And if I'm in the Murakuma or Habakiri or Foods is tributed while it's in the graveyard, you can shuffle this back into the deck as well, so you can like chain block. That's it for the Mitsurugi stuff I have for the spells. I got the Strike Engine next, so it's 3 copies of Sky Strike and Mobilize Engage. It's basically just to search your Hornet drones. That's what it does, its purpose, and it's just good. It's like a 1 card starter. Next you got for the other yummy stuff I have. Yummy Amusement Minion, Yummy Surprise Acro Cream. Minion basically boosts your monster by 500 attack. If you have a link 1 monster, you reborn like level 1 Yummy, and if it's in a graveyard banishment, you put back the ones in your banishment and graveyard, and then you can put in from the graveyard back into the bottom of the deck. This one also has the same thing. However, this one you can pop when a light monster, synchro monster is summoned, and you can special summon a Yummy monster from deck. If a card you control leads the field by opponent's card effect, and Yummy Surprise has 3 effects. You can target 2 light monsters, 2 cards your opponent controls, return them. Special summon Yummy monster from hand or graveyard. Return a field spell from face of field back to hand, and then back from the graveyard or field to hand, and then you place a Yummy field spell from your hand face up on the field. So this one can help dodging like SP Luminati to target like one of these 2. That's it for Yummy spells. Now for the other non-engine have for spells, running 3 copies of Period Riz Map. So this one basically is more copies of like any hand trap or Yummy monster you want. So at the start of your main phase, you add a monster with 0 attack from your deck to hand, about half your life points, and after adding it, you can activate the added monster effects or effects of cards with his name until you don't summon that monster. So this one, you can search for like Troll, Ash, Bell, Effect Vela, and Cops Yummy, which is pretty funny because it's actually 0 attack. And it's the only legal target with the Yummy monsters you have. So it's pretty cool. So basically you're running 6 Cops Yummies in your deck. And lastly, for the one more spell running is 1 for 1. It's just more names for extending. I tried Product Prosperity in this build. I really didn't like it because I really don't want to banish anything in my extra deck in this build. Unlike the pure variant, because it's very easy to pick 3, but it's kind of difficult to pick 3 or 6 in this one because most of the extra deck has utility that you need. So that's it for the main deck spells. For the main deck traps, I'm running 3 copies of Infinite Permanence. It's overall generic, just like a fake Vela, but I can use it in my turn as well if I top deck it. So that's pretty much it for the main deck. 60 cards because we're running a lot of bricks. So let's get into the extra deck now. I'm running 3 copies of Yummy Snatchy. This one's overall just generic for light beast monsters, and if you special summon, you can optionally place a field spell from hand or deck face up on the field. Are you restricted from summoning link for your higher monsters for the rest of the turn? And then once per chain during the main phase opponent's battle phase, you pay 100 life points and then quick synchro, including Yummy monster. Next you got 1 SP Knight, overall generic just for banishing stuff. RP Masquerina as the end board. So to make SP Knight your opponent's turn, so you got double interruption for double banishing. Kagari Dead back your Hornet Drones. Gravity Controller to link off your Arc Light to trigger to get into your Mitsurugi engine if you only open the Yummy stuff. Link Spider for linking off the Nibiru token. Mirage if you open a hand trap and a yummy monster, just normal summon the hand trap, make this. You can even normal summon Saji Nick after this because it's 1000 attack. Zombie vampire with the 2 Mitsurugi rituals, and to try and dig into your yummy monsters, because that's where I'm running max 3-3-3 for all the ratios for yummy monsters to increase my chances of milling and special summoning them. And so here with the Arclight Omni Negate, and add any ritual monster ritual spell from your deck to your hand. Non once per turn, by the way, it's insane. Next we have Shamisen Samsara Sorokat. This is the new edition. This one, so once per change your opponent's main phase, you can quick effect, immediate effect results synchro summon using this card you control as material. And within the graveyard, target another synchro monster in the graveyard, return it to the extra deck and then reborn itself, but banishing when it leaves the field. So you can summon Arclight once. Use this, recycle back the Arclight, reborn this, make your Arclight again for your end board. Very convenient. Next, Sugaloid per Yamiway. This one reborns 2 yummy monsters by effects negated, and if a card effect activated by opponent, you return it to the extra deck and then spirit summon up to 2 yummy monsters from your graveyard. Next, we got Cookie Yamiway. This one basically you can book of moon 2 monsters, up to 2 face-up monsters on the field, and then change the face defense position, and then if a card face activate, you can tag out and special summon up to 2 yummy monsters. Carps Yummy, this one's basically rotor for the deck, but you discard a card, and if your opponent activates card effect, you return it and then special summon 2 yummy monsters from the graveyard. And all 3 of these can use a link 1 as Machina. So that's it for the extra deck. Now let's get into the side deck. I'm running 3 copies of DD Crow. This one's basically for Mitsurugi branded Draco Tail, the Mirror Match, Memento, like any grave heavy deck, you know, you just put these in, because they even hit the spell and traps as well. Next you got 3 Ghost Token Snow Rabbit. This one to hit the Mirror Match with the field spell, can hit the Vanquish Soul field spell, the Canine variant as well. DD Crow and Ogre crazy, especially with the Ghost spell in the main deck, so you got lots of stuff if your opponent tries to turn to Izuna you, because you have lots of ways just to trigger the Izuna. So yeah, that's all I have to say about Ghost Ogre. And you can hit the Lunalight Wolf with it, because it activates in the Pentium skill. I also got 3 copies of Skullmeister. This one's another hit against Mitsurugi, so you can use this to negate their Saji in graveyard instead of using your Ash on it when they use Habakiri. Can hit the Draco Tail graveyard effect. What else? Memento, like any graveyard that has the graveyard effect that triggers, so you can use it against Gem Knight as well. Hit the negate one in graveyard. I also hit Orchids as well. That's gonna start getting a bit of popularity, because it's actually pretty good, the new support. Next, you got 3 copies of Lancia. It's for Malice basically. The deck's still scary to play against. It's pretty good against Lunalight. It stops the heavy super polymerization, the new card from the tins. That card's ridiculous, honestly, because they can easily make Liga Dancer with just that 1 card. And the Night Wolf. Next we got Mitsurugi no Mikabosu. This one is special summoned from your hand by trading one other reptile monster from your hand and one monster you panic controlled, but you cannot special summon no active monster effects for return except reptile monsters. If distributed, you can discard a card and add it back to your hand. So this one basically is out for doing like a dancer, and it can be good at breaking boards going second as well. Next you got for the side deck traps I have Mitsurugi Great Purification. Just basically Omi negate, where you just tribute level 5 or higher reptile monster, negate the effect and destroy that card if the card effect is activated. And if it's in the graveyard, you can banish it, target a reptile monster in your graveyard, special summon if you tribute the other reptile monster you control. And you can only use one Great Purification effect per turn. And lastly, we got Solemn Judgment. So just put the Judgment Great Purification in, going first, so you got 2 negates. So that's it for the deck, pretty much it for the deck profile. So that's it for the deck profile. Next video is gonna be the combos for the deck, and then some test hands. So that's it for the video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and notification bell, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.